Hi, you guys. Stacy with me.
Shalom.
And we're talking about birthdays.
Birthdays.
Birthdays. You know, we don't celebrate birthdays.
We do not celebrate birthdays. We do not. And that's not even considered a holiday.
Yeah, and people often ask me, why don't I celebrate birthdays?
No, they don't often ask you that, Cliff. They get mad that you don't celebrate it.
Yeah, accuse me of, whatever.
Of denying the children, and that's not fair. And how could you do that to your children? They're not necessarily concerned about you as far as an adult, but they're always concerned about the children.
Well, okay, we're going to act like they always ask me, because I want to answer the question. Why don't I celebrate birthdays? Well, the first answer, I think the most common answer that you will hear when you ask a person like me, why don't you celebrate birthdays? And they'll tell you because birthdays fall on the Gregorian calendar. Mm-hmm. Nobody recognizes the Hebrew calendar. They always tie our days to the Gregorian calendar, so they're essentially locking us into the Gregorian calendar, and that's wicked. So if to celebrate your birthday, I have to recognize the Gregorian calendar, I'm sorry, you ain't got no birthday as far as I'm concerned. I don't celebrate nothing on the Gregorian calendar. Mm-hmm. Nothing at all. No feast days, no holidays, no birthdays. The Gregorian calendar is not my calendar, right? So with that, a person say, well, if I came to celebrate my birthday according to the celestial calendar, would you participate? Well, taking it to the next level, I'd have to come up to the book of Jod, chapter 1, and tell you a bigger, more important reason, a deeper reason why, no, I'm not going to celebrate any birthdays. Mm-hmm. What I'm understanding over here in Job had 7 sons and 3 daughters, but it appears to me that they were killed. And all of these things came up on Job because they were celebrating birthdays.
Read that. You got that scripture?
There you go, right here. Go ahead and start right there at verse 1.
Okay.
Read it fast because we're going all the way back to about verse 4.
There was a man in the land of Uz whose name was Job. And that man was perfect and upright, and one that feared God and eschewed evil. And there was born unto him.
He was perfect. So Job was perfect. Mm-hmm. Okay, go ahead.
And there was born unto him 7 sons and 3 daughters.
So he got these 10 kids.
His substance also was 7,000 sheep and 3,000 camels and 500 yoke of oxen and 500 she asses and a very great household, so that this man was the greatest of all the men of the east.
A big boy in the east.
And his sons went and feasted in their houses, every one his day.
Okay, now hold on.
Okay.
Everyone his day. What is his day? What is your day? If I'm in my house celebrating my day, what am I celebrating?
Automatically, my mind would say you're celebrating your birthday.
What other day is my day? He's saying that he's one of these sons is in his house celebrating his day. What other day what other day would be his son's day? What other day do they have? Mm-hmm. There is no other day. Mm-hmm. So I started with that verse.
And sent and called for their 3 sisters to eat and drink with them.
Okay, so they're having birthday parties, eating and drinking. Ain't this a birthday party? His day. And they called their sisters to come and eat and drink with them.
Yeah, y'all know that's what we Hebrews do when we have a birthday party. We're gonna get on the grill. We got a little red Solo cup. Yeah. And well, they got a little red Solo cup, and they're eating and drinking.
Cup because you don't know what's in it. Some people got Kool-Aid in it, and some people got punch in it.
Right. Mm-hmm.
But read that verse again. That is a birthday party. They're having birthday parties. So you've talked about Job being this perfect individual with all this wealth, great man in the world. He has no flaws at this point. Mm-hmm. And even when you read the rest of the book, it's like Job had absolutely no flaws.
Yeah, we look up the word perfect, and it means complete. That he was whole. He was doing what was right.
Remember,
in the sight of the Lord.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because remember his buddies came in and started shaming him.
Right.
You must be doing something wrong.
Yeah.
You got to be doing. Job sitting there going, "Woe is me! I'm not. I can't think of nothing. I'm searching." And they like, "Yeah, you got to be." Mm-hmm. And then the Lord comes in and say, all y'all, go get your sacrifice and bring them down here to Job, my person. You go get your sacrifices and bring them to him, because he is my man. Mm-hmm. So Father confirmed that there was no fault in Job after they exposed his life, laid it out on the thing. Even his wife said, curse God and die. Mm-hmm. The Father stood up for him and said, no, Job is perfect. So in all of this story, The only fault you find is this one. Because look at what happens after this.
Verse 5 says, "And it was so, when the days of their feasting were gone about, that Job sent and sanctified them, and rose up early in the morning, and offered burnt offerings according to the number of them all. For Job said, It may be that my sons have sinned and cursed God in their hearts. Thus did Job continually."
So he knew. He knew that they had celebrated this birthday and they had messed up. And that's why he made this offering. Now he went to try to make atonement for them by doing a sacrifice for them after they had finished their birthday parties, realizing that they may have committed a sin. He's now making a sacrifice to try to get ahead of this thing. But it doesn't work, because watch what happens.
Now there was a day when the sons of God came to present themselves before the Lord, and Satan came also among them. And the Lord said unto Satan, Whence comest thou? Then Satan answered the Lord and said, From going to and fro in the earth, and from walking up and down in it.
So here come your trials. Here comes the punishment on Job, because his sons did this. But look at how Job fares. Job gets a few boils on him. He's sitting there scratching on him with broken pots and all of this kind of stuff. His wife is all over him. His friends are doing. But at the end of the day, all his sons are gone.
Right.
He ended up with a new wife.
Yes.
And even more children.
Yes. Yeah.
They killed themselves. He got punished out of it. But look at what happened to them.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And it was because they were celebrating birthdays. So you ask me why I don't celebrate a birthday.
But you have another scripture that, when you presented this one to me, I was like, oh, okay, yeah, maybe so. I don't, I had just a little bit of doubts. But you went to one where a king was celebrating his day. I don't remember exactly that scripture.
Type in birthday, see if it come up.
Okay, and this comes up in Genesis 40 and 20. And it says, And it came to pass the third day, which was Pharaoh's birthday, that he made a feast unto all his servants, and he lifted up the head of the chief butler and the chief baker among his servants. And remember, we go on to hear about how he that deals with Joseph. Mm-hmm. But here's the other one. I think that this is
hold on, before you leave that one,
mm-hmm.
It should be noted that the first birthday in the Bible was by Pharaoh.
A wicked king.
An Egyptian king. So we can add that to the list of crap that we got from Egypt, is the celebrating of birthdays.
Mm-hmm. Okay, the next one falls under Matthew 14. But when Herod's birthday was kept, the daughter of Herodias danced before them and pleased Herod. Another Babylonian or Egyptian king.
So 2 birthdays in the Bible, Pharaoh and Herod. Mm-hmm. And so you want to associate with them? You want to be considered with them? Celebrating birthdays?
Right. Yeah. I think that's what brought it home for me, about how even with this, it was about, I give you something, giving stuff and gifts and what can I do for you to please you and stuff like that. And so...
Well, what we're doing is we're focusing on the man, but go ahead.
Yeah. And so, like you said, we're focusing on that person. And, birthdays can be pretty extravagant. You might be somewhat making an idol of that person on that day.
Idol of them, yeah.
That day, yeah.
What does it mean to make an idol? To put the creation above the creator. Mm-hmm. So you ain't thinking about the creator. Like I said, they were celebrating his day. Mm-hmm. So instead, and ain't nowhere in the Bible we're told to celebrate our day. We're only told to celebrate the Father's day. So these people are celebrating his day. On this day, everybody's going to come and worship you. They're going to sing songs of praise to you. They're going to give you gifts. They're going to, which is sacrifices. So they're making sacrifices to you. That's a sacrifice. When I go down to that store and cough up my money, cough up my cash to buy you a gift, that is a sacrifice. So we are making sacrifices unto you. We are worshiping you. We're singing you. This is your day. Just like the Father has his day. This is your day. Yeah, we have turned you into an idol on this day. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And that's what it's all about. Everybody, and that's why people love it. Their birthdays because y'all about to make an idol out of me.
It's so crazy about, birthdays are so extravagant now. You see where they used to have this television show. I don't know if they still do because, we don't watch television anymore, about how my sweet 16 birthday, and these girls will have hundreds of thousands of dollar birthday parties for their teenage girls, and they come in with big extravagant gowns, and everybody just sits around and moves over them about how glorious they are. And then, even to us little common, simple people, you go to a birthday party and you got people walking around with pinning dollar bills to their bodies, and here, let me pin this $5 on you, and let me pin this $20 on you, and stuff like that. Or even I've seen where people send out invitations, and you want your child to go to the birthday party, but maybe you don't have the funds to buy a gift for that child, and now it's just too much.
Yeah, and think about, you was talking about the extravagant gifts. Think about how on this day you give this kid this car, and now he gets to drive around in Sweet 16. He's got this new car, and when you ask him about the car, what does he say? I got it for my birthday. So it's you've turned it into a perpetual thing now.
Yeah.
Right? Because this is a reminder of your birthday. This is my birthday gift. It's a ring, it's a watch, whatever it is. This is my birthday. I got this because I'm me.
Yeah. The importance of me. Yeah. We just always seem to want to have a feast other than the Father's feast. And I'm learning so much about
making up feasts.
Yeah, I'm learning so much about us as a people. How we just so gullible to anything and everything people present to us. That's why we need a shepherd. That's why the Father said, he called us. What did he say? Judah was like the lowest one, or the most simple one, because we need a shepherd, because we're so gullible to just fall under anything anybody says.
And especially if it's fun.
Yeah.
Especially if it's nice. We like it.
Yeah.
The birthday, birthdays are wicked, yeah, but we're going to give you some gifts. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
y'all gonna give me some gifts.
We're not saying that we haven't celebrated birthdays, because we've celebrated birthdays. I've celebrated birthdays. My children grew up with birthdays. We didn't have extravagant parties, but I was there, you was there, and the kids were there when we had little, home birthday parties. But that's still wicked, because we're teaching them that they should now teach their children.
This is funny, and this is kind of off a little bit. Maybe we'll close it right here. I looked up the word shepherd, and the first time the word shepherd, one of the times, let me go back and make sure I'm accurate. Yeah, the first time the word shepherd is used in the Bible, it says, for every shepherd is an abomination unto the Egyptians. To the Egyptians. So we sitting here waiting for our shepherd. And then we wonder why the Egyptians are celebrating birthdays. It's because they are in rejection of every shepherd. They don't want now shepherd. They want man to be their provider and protector. So
do you guys celebrate birthdays? If so, what's your reason behind it? Is something that we said, will that make you rethink, the way that you're doing things? We hope so. And if not, let us hear about it in the comments below.
Shalom.
Shalom.